friends. So there's someone I had started by reading a comment, and I want to still read that comment. I want to take a couple of comments before I introduce my panelists, right? That's okay? Perfect. So Western Seed anasema, good morning. Mimi ikifika kwa pesa urafiki kando cause that is business. Mimi ikifika kwa pesa urafiki kando cause that is business. That is Western Seed. Hey, Western Seed, where? Okay. So ikikuja kwa marafiki na pesa, that's where you draw the line. All right. Then Nyamira Trans anasema, someone was saying, I'm looking for that comment. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, just loving the show. I'm seeing more good mornings zimecoming. All right, let me see. Kuna comment flani nilikuwa nimeona. Yeah, kuna comment flani nilikuwa nimeona. Msea amesema, good morning. Mimi unless I know that when I can, Mimi unless I know you, that's when I can help you. Okay? Mimi unless I know you, that's where I can know you. Okay, I will be reading the other comments. Then there's someone anasema, there one amesema, the first person alisema ukifika kwa pesa urafiki kando, that is business. Kuna huyu amesema when I know you is when I will give you money. And then kuna mwingine anasema mimi si mind if wewe ni rafiki yangu and you are my friend wa ukweli, I mean I will give you money. So swali nyeti ni wewe una handle aje pesa, wewe na marafiki zako. Where are you? Are you the type that keeps giving money left, right, center? Are you the type that you will say, here we draw the line? Mimi, I know myself. Oh my God. Hey. So before I preempt this conversation, allow me to introduce my panelist today. Leo nawapeleka na rada, na rieng. Wanasimanga na rieng ama wanasimanga na rada. Nawapeleka hiyo. Na hiyo, whatever. Rieng inamaanisha nini na rada inamaanisha nini? I don't know. But anyway, nawapeleka na rada. So, nitakuwa nacheza hivi ka mimi. Then kidogo hivi nitacheza ka yeye. Alright? Whatever I have said does not make sense. But anyway, it is okay. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Tell us your name, what you do, where you come from, kila kitu yenye unataka kutuambia.
Good morning. My name is Lea Kahura. I'm a student at the University of Nairobi and I'm also a financial advisor.
Hey! So you are the right person for this conversation. Sisi wenye tunashindanga tukisaidiana pesa. You, who are you? What before we get to the place of spending money and friendship, are you a spendthrift or you a saver?
Is there something like both?
You have to be, okay, there's both, but where do you incline more? Are you more of, we only live once, so let's spend, or are you kuna kesho banze, wacha to save?
I think I'm a saver.
You're a saver?
Yes.
You and I both.
I spend the amount of money that I've kept aside, and I also save at the same time because I know there's a tomorrow and I need money tomorrow. If I use all of it today, kesho nitatoa wapi pesa?
Allah. So, sasa nianzie wapi? Wewe ni ule mtu mwenye ukitembea tao, ukipatana na kiatu firi, au umeplania your shoes, but juu uko na pesa kwa mfuko, like, okay, come to think of it, you have money in your pocket, and then maybe ni pesa ya fare, ya wiki, or pesa flani tu you have in your pocket, and then you've passed by Tao, you've seen a good shoe, or you've passed by somewhere and you've seen something. What's one thing you like? What's your guilty pleasure where you spend your money?
Where I spend my money? Clothes.
Clothes.
Yes.
So umefika, umepata hivi na kladi moja fiti. Would you buy it or would you say, hapa na iko kwa budget?
Kama nataka kabisa ni kitu imenipendeza, I'll have to buy it.
All right.
I will buy it. Yes.
Okay. Who am I? What am I? Mimi ni ule mtu wa sawa. I am a saver. Okay. When I compare myself to my spouse, I am a saver. Like ushaifikiria kitu una feel zile za, how do I put it? have you ever thought about spending habits za mtu mwingine? Wewe ukiwa na bad habits, you tell yourself, niko sawa. That's what happens. But when it comes to friendship, do you give your friends money?
Now, that is one very delicate topic there. Because mixing friendship with money can be a bit risky. Because inaweza result kwa misunderstandings. For example, beshte yako akose kukurudisha pesa, na tuseme urafiki yenyu ilikuwa so close, you guys were so close, and rafiki yako amekosa kukurudisha pesa. So you see there will be mistrust there and an awkward situation between you two.
Have you ever lent someone money?
Yeah.
Walikurudisha?
Hapana, na ni pesa mingi sana.
That was your friend?
Very.
Wananiambia niulize how much?
I'm a student, okay? So maybe pesa zangu mingi inaweza kuwa kidogo kwako. But kuna huyo beshte yangu, alikuwa beshte yangu kabisa. Akakuja akaniambia venye ako na shida, anataka ku-expand business yake kidogo, nimsaidie around 15,000. Since I had the money, nikamwambia ni sawa, but utanirudisha na interest every month. Ilikuwa October.
Businesswoman there.
Ilikuwa October. So nikamwambia, I expect you to return the money by December. Na akasema ni sawa. So atarudisha zikiwa 17,000. Na tuka-agree. It was 2023. That person hajanirudisha pesa zangu hadi leo. Na tunapatananga kwa barabara, namwambia nirudishe pesa. Ako like, kesho nitakurudisha. Mambo si mazuri, give me a month. Hivyo.
I can imagine as a student, 15,000 is a lot of money. Ushaipatana na mtu umemlend pesa, alafu ajakurudisha pesa kwa, alafu unamwona kiba kitu mpya?
Kwanza alibuy iPhone.
Na wewe mwenyewe hauna why iPhone? Grace, watu hapa wetu wamenikujia. But like I can imagine. So, how did that experience make you feel?
I said, mimi na kusaidia marafiki zangu pesa tena, it's a no. It's a no. Na kama ni kuwasaidia pesa, I keep it small. An amount of money yenye wakikosa kunirudishia, it's not going to affect me in any way.
Do you think money strengthens or weakens friendships?
I think it weakens friendships.
Why?
You know, there are so many people who will become your friend if you have money. We say money attracts friendship, while the poor is not even known by their neighbors. So unaweza pata hadi rafiki yako ni rafiki yako kwa sababu uko na pesa.
Oh yeah.
Na ukikosa pesa, they won't be there anymore.
Mko hapo for the good days.
Mko hapo for the money. So me, I think sometimes when it comes to money and friendship, you're supposed to check, is this friendship based on money? Or is it friendship based on true love, respect, you know?
What's your, there are people, what's your view about attitudes za watu towards money? Personally, I would want to ask you that question on a personal note. By view, or rather by attitude towards money, I mean, there are people who think that money is a tool of trade. I mean, sawa ikipotea, it's okay. Isipopotea, it's fine. Then there are people who value money. Like, who value money to the extent that they hold money so dear. So, akikupea ata so, namli agree akurudishie, it becomes an issue. What's your opinion about attitudes towards money?
Personal attitude kwa the lender ama the borrower, both of
you
them.
You can answer in both ways.
Okay. This is how I can answer this question. When you're giving money or when you're borrowing money, both of you have to be transparent. Kama mimi ndo borrower na nakuomba pesa, I have to be transparent with you, clear with you venye nakwambia niko na hii emergency nataka unisaidie hizi pesa, nitarudisha on this day ama before this day at this time. When you're the lender, unafaa kwa zile za hizi pesa nilikuwa nimeka kando za hii kazi na hii kazi, but since unahitaji pesa sana, I'll give you but nazi expect back at this time. So when you're clear, both of you with your expectations, then hakutakuwa na any kind of misunderstandings when it comes to money.
Okay. So in your opinion, is it okay for friends to borrow each other money?
I think it is, but set boundaries.
Hey, we may introduce a very good aspect of this conversation that I was hoping I'd pick up in a few. Before we get to setting boundaries, why do you think it's okay to borrow money from friends? Assuming mi na wewe ni marafiki, it's okay, umesema ni sawa nikuombe pesa kama rafiki yangu. Why do you think it's okay to borrow money from friends? Or rather when friends borrow each other money?
Kidogo tu. Kidogo inaweza build trust.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Kwa sababu nikikupea pesa, munipe pesa na urudishe, inaweza strengthen our relationship kidogo, because maybe I trust you. Nikiwa na shida, I know I can come na uta come through for me. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So, when it comes, because we introduce aspect ya boundaries, let's talk about boundaries in money. I know we are in that situation where when ni rafiki yangu, nimekukopesha do, na nashindwa kukuambia, manze, lea nipe ile pesa
yangu.
Lea nipe ile pesa yangu. How do I create boundaries? Because too, kukona, I have ever seen people that feel entitled to your money because they feel umeomoka na wao hawajaomoka. You get?
Yeah.
So how do I create boundaries with such people to tell those people that because wacha nikupe scenario. Case scenario ni mi na wewe tuko mabeshte, maybe ulipata job na najua una earn pesa ngapi, na maybe umepata pesa mob. So nimekuja kufanya nini? Kukuomba pesa. So nikikam kukuomba pesa, lea nisaidie 10k. I know maybe unalipwa 200. So in my mind, nimeshapangia do zako. In my mind, I am thinking that
hizo pesa si mingi kwako.
Hizo pesa si mingi kwako. Not knowing that you might have, like, you know. So how do you set boundaries to tell me, by then nakupea 10k, but ujo utanirudishi? How do we set those boundaries?
Penye tu umesema, I say what I want. I have to be clear nikikupea hizo pesa. So I set my boundaries. Na tuseme nikupe pesa, ukose kurudisha. The next time uniombe pesa ama utake any favor from me, I'll tell you I'm so uncomfortable giving you money because the last time you do this and this. That is how you set boundaries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a saying that says, don't lend what you can't afford to lose. Usikopeshe pesa yenye unajua hauwezi afford kupoteza. You know, what's your view about that?
That's why I said before. I said earlier, you keep it small when you're lending money. Peana pesa zenye hauwezi afford ku lose. Kwa sababu ukipeana pesa zenye utalose, utakuwa so devastated. Utaanza kusikia vibaya, utaanza kusikia huyu mtu ananitumia vibaya, ananiona vibaya. So every time you're thinking of lending, make sure unapeana pesa enye unajua hadi akikosa kunirudishia mimi sina shida. Yeah.
Okay. Because personally, I don't like money discussions. They make me feel a type of way. So because I do not like money conversations, when you borrow me money, like ukiniomba pesa, chances are I'll tell you sina. Or because one, sitakuwa na nguvu ya kukuomba,
ya kukuitisha back.
Yeah, me, I don't know how to
ask for money back.
I know how that word is said in Kikamba, but I do not know how to say it in Kiswahili. I don't know how kudai. I was looking for that word. Sijui kudai. Ati leo nimekukopesha pesa umeniomba 5k, nimekupea. Sijui kwanza kukwambia by the way leo nisaidie pesa yangu. I don't know. So it becomes difficult. The other day, I think off air, we were talking about me lending a family member money. So because I could not ask them back for that money, I had to go through another family member to tell them, hey, by the ambia Nadia fire nini
Anirudishe pesa zangu.
because I become so terrible at asking for money back. So when you ask me to borrow you money, or rather to lend you money, what I do, I give you money, I know hata usiponirudisha, nisipokuitisha sitasikia vibaya. I also have an interesting relationship with money. Yeah, I have zero attachments to money. Zero attachments to money. Yeah, it's fine. You want to give me money, you don't want, it's okay. I mean, I like the way you're looking at me. I have trained myself to have very minimal attachment to money because, okay, one, as a Christian, na feel ni kama niko about to preach alafu beja anze kuningililia, but one thing I have taught myself especially is because the Bible has said the hands that give are better than the hands that receive. So I learned to detach myself from money so that God akiamka leo aniambie pea Lea 100k, sitaanza kusema wa, sitaanza kusweat, nianze kuinua mikono huku juu, nijishike kichwa. You see, in this side of the world where we talk about being born again is the side where you can wake up and God tells you bless someone with this thing or bless. I love the way you're looking at me. You've never been in that situation.
I pray not.
You should pray that you're in that situation. I love the way you looked at me, Akila. Okay. So do you think it's a good idea to start business with a friend? Now that nimeona na kushtua la hizo vitu zangu za kukwambia about giving money. Do you think it's a good idea to start a business with a friend?
It is not a good idea.
Why?
I'll say this through experience. So my cousins and I decided to start a business.
Wacha nikae chini vizuri. I imagine this story will go down.
Ya kuuza nini? Chipo, sausage na kuku. Okay?
Selling?
Chipo, sausage na kuku. Nafungua hoteli. And the business started well.
Mlifungua hoteli ya chipo, kuku na sausage. So two snacks.
Hoteli tu.
Okay.
Wenye wameemployiwa ni sisi wenyewe. Like me, I go and work there, another cousin of mine. So
the business is yours and then you've employed yourself.
Ourselves. Okay. Exactly. Okay. So the business started falling. Kukanza kuwa na losses. No, because it is a partnership na marafiki zako ama na watu najuana na wao. They expect you to do favors for them. Uende overtime, mnafunga saa 4, mnafungua by 5 in the morning. You're not getting paid as unajua kama nimeandikwa as a stranger mtanilipa whether business inaanguka ama ianguki, but since mimi ni rafiki yako ama mimi ni part of the business, I have to sacrifice some things. Na imagine that business went down na tukafunga si wote because wengine wanasikia wanatumika, wengine hapo wanateta kwa nini business haileti pesa, na hauko hapo ukijua tuna work overtime hadi hakuna pesa.
Sorry.
So starting a business with your friend, it is not a good idea unless they are like agreements written down formally and signed.
So but tusifungue biashara, mimi na Lea sisi ni mabishti, twende tufungue tuanze kuuza jewelry and then there is nothing we've written down.
You have to write formal agreements.
Hey, Miss Bendigo, I think you see those new ogopas drink. I don't know why I fear those things, but I fear being in those, having difficult conversations. Actually, I fear difficult conversations. So I think for me, I avoid them altogether because I don't want to have difficult conversation. Let me just avoid it altogether. Do you think it's okay to openly talk about? Now this is going to bring me to a story I'll give you. But do you think it's okay to openly talk about your finances with your friends?
No.
Why?
Because they'll start seeing you in another perspective, especially if you have money. They'll base their friendship on that money. Every time ukienda mahali, wanakuita and they're like, you're going to pay for the bills. Si uko na pesa, wacha tuite nani kwa sababu uko na pesa. If you share your story, your financial stories with your friends, na kama hauna pesa, utapata hadi wanakucut off.
Yeah.
ama
Only
wanakushame.
they are there for the money.
Do you know friends? Ogopa.
I know of a friend and I don't want to like look like because ni mtu najua na ni mtu najua anaweza gongana na hii video or rather anaweza kuwa na watch, but I know of someone. Huyo msee alituficha pesa zake kama bangi. She will not tell you, she will not disclose analipwa how much. Sayo sisi tuko hapo tunamwambia sisi tunapata this much or sisi tunapata, like we will tell you. See the way we have open conversations with friends, we had those conversations with friends, but that girl afadhali mbingu zianguke na zifunguke lakini asiwaambie Kenya na an. So one time there was time we need to file returns, you know this returns the KRA, and so see of course for you to file returns lazima uone pesa yenye mtu anafanya nini
ana an.
Do you know, because one of us alikuwa anatufilia returns, she was in KRA. Do you know she refused beshte to file returns? Yes. So that asione pesa gapi an. Yes, she refused that girl kumfile returns, and then eventually when she realized that ni date ya returns ko inakuanga 31st July ama inakuanga June, I can't remember, one of the two, but the last day ya returns kufailiwa, she's in the cyber trying to file returns zimemshinda, anapigia beshte yake like our other friend anamkola anamwambia nisaidie kufile returns, but sitaki kukuambia ni pesa ngapi, nataka uniambie tu ni nini nataka kufanya. Yes. Do you know they were filing those returns almost 2 hours to midnight because she didn't want her friend to know how much she was earning.
Why?
Oh no, me I don't want anyone to know. No, me I don't know what.
Okay.
Na si ati mwenye anajua, si ati ana pesa yake, akona pesa yake. Too, I also have my money. I'm not asking for your money for me too. And then weirdly enough, when I got another gig to do, she asked na hiyo gig unanipea pesa ngapi? Then I'm like, why are you asking me gig unanipea pesa ngapi na wewe hujaniambia pesa ngapi unalipwa? Surely, really? And I felt very zealous, please. So I'm not sure. Personally, I feel like telling friends how much, I feel like, okay, sinanga issue ya kukua financially open, but my problem is that I have watched too many Afro cinemas for my own good. Those Afro cinemas za marafiki wa watakiani, those make me not.
Have you considered, na kama huyo mtu ana earn pesa kidogo kuliko, maybe ana feel ashamed of herself?
No, she earns the highest than us. Like, akona pesa, she earns the highest more than us.
Ako weird.
Yes. And I earn the most money more than us. And then when I got a gig. And that gig was paying me almost the money that she has. She didn't feel nice. And I'm like, what is your problem?
She's the kind of people, personally, ningesema, yani wale watu wenye wanatakanga kuroll na watu wenye wako under them. So they want to know the amount of money you are earning, ndo I feel, mi ndo niko juu, you know? Na nikipata hii gig yenye umeingia inakupea pesa mingi kidogo, I start feeling bad because ni kama unanifikia.
Yeah. Because, wacha tu nisipige stories za huyo madam, because sometimes do you know she's the type that if kuna vacancy kwa job yao, she will tell you kuna vacancy lakini hawezi kuitia.
That's not a friend.
Na huyo ni mtu anajita your best friend. Yeah, but they have a gig kwa job yao, she won't call you because she will tell you to your face, you will take the spotlights. So because I do not want to be outshined at my place of work, please, I am not going to recommend that job for you. Imagine.
Avoid those people.
Hey, my God. Hey, I know you have been in this situation before, in terms of you've lent someone money and they've not returned your money. And you've explained what you did. In the future, if you were to lend someone money and they don't return it, what would you do?
And they don't return it. Which camera am I looking at?
That one.
The one who I lended money. Probably you will watch this because I told you to watch, return my money. But anyway.
Hey, my God. Hey, Today is the violence day. But please, return her money. If you know you're walking around with a new iPhone na uko hapo
uko na deni yangu.
Uko na deni yake na una flex na braids mpya ukitembea tembea hivi kampo. Uko na pesa ya mtu kwa mfuko. Return her money. Nimemwongelelea. Thanks.
What was the question?
The question was, what will you do?
Oh, in the future. You know you don't learn twice. And you don't do the same mistake twice. So in the future, nikusaidie pesa ukose kunirudishia. I'm taking the matter in my own hands. Yeah. Na kama ni pesa mingi na kusaidia, itabidi tumeandikiana agreement. Na kama utarudisha, nakuja nachukua TV kwako ama anything. Tuna sign before nikusaidie.
Unakuja ka Shylock.
Exactly. Before nikusaidie pesa tunaandikiana hapo. Ukishindwa kurudisha nakuja kwako nachukua hii na hii na hii. Najua sha sign. I'll just come and get those things.
Utakuwa pro bono Shylock. Okay. So how do you manage situations where friends have different financial lifestyle? For example, when we are friends, maybe I earn more or you earn more and we have different lifestyles, or assuming I earn more. I've seen those people. I earn more than you do, but I have a lavish lifestyle that I cannot fund and I keep borrowing from you too.
But you earn more.
You've never seen those people? The people, me, I have been in such a situation. This girl had more money than I did. Kwanza tulikuwa campus. Yeye alikuanga wa kuandikiwa. Unaona wale rich kids wenye wanaandikiwa salo per month. La wazazi wao, pocket allowance. She used to, and that was like how many years ago? Almost 8 years ago. So 8 years ago, 20K for a student was a lot of money. It's not like right now. So her parents would send her 20,000 every month. Yes. 20K every month. She has shopping and she was a rich kid. So she had everything she needed. 20K was for her small
things.
Small needs. Mimi, mwenye wazazi wangu wananipea 1,000 per week. Do you know, that girl would borrow money from me. Literally. Yes. Ona vile unaniangalia, she would borrow money from me.
Na unampea?
Si anakuomba, Maingi, please nisaidie na 500, I'll return it once my allowance is back. Then you're like, where do you take 20,000 madam? Me, I'm given 5K per month. You have 20.
4 times more.
But you still have to borrow me. How do you handle such a situation? If you were to find yourself in that situation.
Mbona nakupea pesa na uko na pesa mingi kuniliko?
Si wewe ni rafiki yangu.
First I advise you, live below your means.
Na kama siwezi, ni ngumu.
Sasa mimi hadi sina pesa nitakutolea wapi na uko na pesa kuniliko na niomba?
Ile siku yenye pesa zake zitakam. Sasa the problem was that this girl, the day she has money, she will spoil you. She will she will spoil you. Ile siku allowance yake itakuja, atakurudishia pesa yako, aende akubaye lunch. So wakati anakuja kukuomba, utafeel
Akwa anaweza ku manage pesa zake for a whole month.
Yes, she could not manage her money for a whole month because 20K would be spent on eating and then she was big. So 20K would akwa anajua kupika, so food alikuwa anapikanga, akwa anapenda kupika, si ati akwa anajua kupika. She just didn't know how to cook chapos, but she knew how to cook food. So she just didn't like cooking. So what will she do? Every day she's eating,
anabuy food.
Na anabuy breakfast, lunch, supper. So per day ni kama hata amespend over 1,000 on food alone. Yeah, I know kwa almost kusema mess food tembo. Ugali hapana, mimi nilisoma kwenye food, affordable food was 150 to 100. So assuming huyo mtoto huyo na yeye mwenye anataka kukula portions mbili tu, she wants to eat like 3-4 sausages. So 3-4 sausages, sausage ni 50 bob. So 3-4 sausages hizo ni 200 breakfast. Na hajabai donuts za 30, anunue donuts 4 120. Hiyo ni breakfast pekee. Hajabai juice ya 200 fresh juice.
Selco best.
She was huge. Then lunchtime aende abai chipo mayo na piece of chicken. Chicken ni 200 quarter. Then chipo ni 150. Hiyo ni 350. By the time siku imeisha amekula more than 1000 as a student. So by the time she was coming to ask you for money, like 15th ikifika January, ikifika half month, she does not have money. So she's borrowing you money. How would you do? What would you do? And she's your friend.
She's my friend, so I'll talk to her, bwana. You need to reduce on doing this and this. Ndo at least pesa zikuwe zinaisha haraka hivyo. You know, sometimes you have to help your friends out. Kwa sababu akikuomba pesa pia wewe unateseka on your end, you know? So you're supposed to help her manage her finances as a friend. As a friend, yes.
Have you ever found yourself pressured to spend more than you had budgeted for?
Yeah.
Because of friends?
Yeah.
Hey, Ebu, tell me that situation.
I have a friend, usually go to restaurants, hizi kubwa kubwa, you know. Na since anataka twende sana, budget ya kukula sana sana ya kwanga 5,000.
As a student?
Ndio, kama mnaenda, okay, tumeenda tu hizi restaurants kubwa, kufono resort, tunaendanga tu huko. But since she's my friend, mi ndo nili-initiate hiyo idea ya kuendanga. Yes, sasa mi nilikuwa naenda
huwezi back out.
Exactly, siwezi back out. But mi sikuwa nachagua hizo kubwa kubwa hivyo.
What you had in mind vis-a-vis what was on ground.
Exactly.
Hey, my God. Have I found myself pressured to...
tunafaa kwenda every month once mnatafuta. So I usually feel so pressured. Ni ati siwezi mwambia, you know, tulisha agree kila month unaenda out kwa a new restaurant. Hey, lakini your budget ni kubwa pia. But since she's my friend...
So you split the bill to her?
No. Kila mtu yake yake.
Kenya amekula ya jilipie, then Kenya wewe umekula ujilipie. My God. Hapo ndio ile saa unakunywanga soda ka. Sheyola ile joke ya umekaa kwa restaurant umekunywa soda 3 hours. Moja juu na pasipi hivi.
Isiishe.
Unasip tena kadogo.
Yeah.
Hey? I have ever been in situations, not once, not twice, to overspend because of pressure. Especially nikipeleka mtu kufanya shopping, my sister and I are terrible. It's not that she will pressure me, but we will pressure each other to buy something we had not budgeted for. In the name of tutakuja huku siku gani tena?
Haitakuwa maybe.
Then you will tell yourself, it's okay. The other day I went to the shop to buy a special someone something. So venye nimefika hapo, nimeonyeshwa na mwenye shop, cheki, nikaona, nikamwambia hiyo ndio fiti, hiyo ndio nataka. Then after a few minutes, the guy showed me another one, and I was like, "Ay, hiyo ni kali." After a few minutes, akanionyesha tena ingine. By the time I was leaving that shop, I had spent 20k that I had not budgeted for. Na nilikuwa nimeenda kwa hiyo shop to spend 4,500.
Oh God.
I had gone to that shop to literally spend 4,500. How I ended up spending 16,000, I do not know. Yes. I am that person that if I find myself nilipatana na peer pressure kidogo alafu ni realize ni kitu na like.
Uta get it.
No, alafu my defense will be, but it's sitairudi, ndakuja kamu lini, okay, ndajipata hii place lini, or okay, ndakuwa like I always make those excuses, or two, I start saying sina tengeneza pesa ingine next week, I will go to that job, I will make another money. So I tell myself let me spend. So I found myself in situations where I am spending over my budget because of pressure. Especially nikienda town na nianza kupatana na viatu kwa streets. Nilikuwa napendanga viatu za streets.
Unabai tu.
Hey, alafu nikuwa na mtu mwenye anani pressure tu kidogo hivi, ai, to buy. Kwani itakuwa lini?
I guess have such a characteristic ish.
To buy, utarudi siku gani? Maybe kesho ukirudi utaipata.
Si ndio?
You only live once. Oh, utajipata.
Una save na ujika kesho utakuwa.
Okay, exactly. Una save na utakufa sahi watumie pesa zako kukufa. Then uko like, oh.
Acha tu ni buy.
Sasa hata nikikufa sahi sina watoto, sina bwana, sina, you know, hiyo pesa yangu itaenda wapi? Si ati watabaki wakule. Oh, so tufanye hivi, maliza kula tuende.
Enjoy your life.
You only live once.
Exactly. Yeah.
Msidanganywe, you only live once. Let me read a couple more comments, then we get back to the discussion. All right? Okay, let me read some more comments. I'm gonna read some more comments. Yeah, here we are, me and if you're just joining us, or rather if you've been watching us, we are talking about friendships and money and friendships and money. How do you handle money with your friends? How do you handle money with your friends? How do you handle money with your friends? That's the discussion today that we are having. And then kuna ghetto president anasema 2025 story na pesa ni sina, nimetumia hata mimi nilikuwa nataka kuwa mafuliza. Okay, Mlolongo Ian Vincent good too. Alright, Dixon Dirira anasema Vasha locked in as always. Then Ras Kalebi anasema Kisii Nyanchwa Massive Ndakas. Then Becca G anasema good morning, mambo la pesa naweza help friend mwenye akona shida. Alright, Abu anasema let's go. Frankie anasema Webuya locked in. Then Becca anasema watching live Mnyenzeni Mnarani City. Alright, thank you. Then Kingpin anasema stories of finance na friendship hukua moto cause kuna wenye wanajua kukopa but they don't know how to refund. Lazima uwadai na ukiwadai mnakosana. Cheese to Kodakas. Okay, cheese to Kondakas outa Nyandarua exo best. Okay, hiyo sijageti hiyo ya mwisho imemaanisha nini, but anyway thank you very much. Then kuna mwingine anasema story na pesa ni mimi tu cause tukiwa na pesa tukiweza. Okay, there's something that is missing. Alright, story na pesa ni mimi tu cause tukiwa na pesa na friendship pamoja, tukiweka pesa, I think that's what alikuwa anamaanisha. Tukiweka pesa na friendship pamoja itavunja urafiki. I think that's what he meant. Alright, primary school mwalimu alikuwa anatutandika just because mlikutana na yeye tao. Watching live from Samburu. Okay, wifi ya mbinguni amesema hivyo, thank you. Then Wayne Fedi ametuma love hearts, thank you. Then there is Icon Hakim anasema hata kama uko na okoa jahazi utapata data, itakuwa kwa namba umelipa nayo instantly. Alright, okay, the Icon Hakim, I'm not sure what he meant there. Then there is, let me get more comments. Thank you so much. I told you I'll keep reading your comments, sitaziacha zikihang. So Vicky's anasema Bungoma kumukwa tune in, alafu niko single searching. Serious guys, please, kuna mtu ako single and seriously searching. Alright, tutakuombea upate mtu. Nikiwa Nyamwesi in Bungoma County, niko live pamoja hadi tamati. That is Dennis Nyongesa. Then Triza anasema good morning Riabai, tuko well tuned in. Alright, Odhiambo anasema I'm Steve, well representing from Kakuzi. You are very beautiful, thank you. Oh, thank you. Then kukona Twist anasema well present sana tuned. Then Vincent Ogutu anasema Mlolongo in. Then there is G who is saying watching from Narani together with my lovely G Boss Jabs. Then there is another one saying Jonas anasema well represented. Kafu anasema watching. Then there is someone called Rich anasema watching. Then there is Shadrach watching from Eldoret. Then mwingine amenitumia picha moto anasema live streaming from Macha. Tupo Ndakas kwa empowerment. Amazing, tuned in. Lois Molly anasema tuned in. I will read some more comments as we keep going, but the question of the day is friendships. J, wewe una handle aje friendships zako na pesa? How do you handle friendships na pesa? That's our question of the day. Go to our social media handles on Y254 channel on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. We will be glad to read your comments, your feedback, everything yenye utatuambia. All right. So, going back to our discussion, tumeongea juu ya friends wenye wanaombanga pesa na hawarudishi, tukaongea juu ya wale wenye they are spendthrifts. We've talked about very many categories of friends. I want to ask you a question. For the last category of friendships that we've talked about, zile za mtu ni spendthrift. Like you see, the people that live above their means. How do you give advice to friends? Financial advice, especially because you said you're a financial advisor. How do you give financial advice to a friend without sounding judgmental?
Without being judgmental?
Yes. Bila kufeel like, nimekwambia, na lea ni kama utumiangi pesa vizuri, si nikikwambia hivyo nimecharge. But how do you give financial advice to a friend without sounding judgmental?
Without sounding judgmental, I believe it's how you put it out. How you say it in words.
So, for example, I have borrowed, for example, I am your friend, and you want to advise me concerning money without sounding judgmental. How would that look like?
First of all, if I'm your friend, whatever I tell you, you're not supposed to take it wrongly.
Allah. Okay.
Because that's why you're friends. Nikikwambia kitu, inamaanisha I'm concerned about it. So if you have a problem with managing your finances, nitakuja nikwambie, tuseme mimi, Lea manze, sioni kama unatumianga pesa zako vizuri. When you do this and this and this. Sikwambii hivyo kwa sababu ati nataka unanisaidia pesa ama anything. I just want you to know how to handle your finances, either because of your future ama venye unatumia pesa. Hadi sijui nimesema nini.
Okay, that sounds nice. It actually does.
It does. It's making sense.
It does. It does.
Kidogo.
Yes, it does. It makes sense. Yes, kidogo. It makes sense. Especially your part, yeah? You know, I have your best interest at heart. And I don't think you spend money wisely, especially on certain things. Okay. Hey, I think even ndio ndaanza kuadvise. Kuna mtu in my life nataka kuadvise, and I think the way I have been telling them that the spending money is wrong. Hata mimi my approach has not been nice. Jana karibu nikasirikiwe. Anyway,
it totally depends on when you approach your topic.
Staki usifanye, ukinunua hizo vitu, we won't be, you know, it's nice to just tell someone, okay, I've learned something. It's nice to tell someone I have your best interest at heart, and I don't think that's a worthy cause to spend money on. All right. Hey, I've learned something. It makes a lot of sense. So don't think it doesn't. It makes sense. Then go like, it does. Because mimi mwenyewe, me think the way I correct people when they make financial mistakes. Hey, kwanza uhappen, I am dating you. Hey. Apana, babe, no, atununu hiyo kitu, atufanyi hivyo. Then I'm like, okay. You know, suddenly nani hit zile za, was it me? Had it been me who wanted to buy that particular thing, or who really wanted that thing, would I have wanted them to
tell them the way you're saying?
The way, venye mimi nimwambia, siwezi, sitaki atununue hiyo kitu, kama mimi ni nini, hautanunua hiyo kitu. You know, if you love me, you won't buy. You see, now that's manipulation. Exactly. But now I have learned something. All right. Okay. So, how do you think online money, those online money apps have changed the way we relate with money as people? Have you ever borrowed from any mobile app? Tala, sijui nini. I only know of that one.
Mshwari.
Mshwari. Hey, yeah, there's Mshwari. I forgot. Sijui loan, sijui what. I'm always seeing messages. Uko kwa stress. Ushaona messages za loan venye za mingi?
Kwanza
they are just interesting. Those messages za loans. Ziukam zile za, hey, a little support to this back to school season will go an easy way. Borrow a loan. Then mwingine anasema, uko kwa fix na unataka do. imagine you can get loan of up to this, then I'm like, they are very sweet when they are inviting you to come take the
But
loan.
when it comes to paying,
Anyway, how do you think that those apps have changed the way people interact with money?
I'm thinking of a response. How people interact with money. When you have an easy way to get money, inafanya hadi mtu achizi. Unapata mtu ako na Tala, mtu ako na hizo zingine mtu nani Zenka, mtu ako na hizo zote zinakujanga kwa TikTok. Unapata mtu ana download all those things because there is an easy way of getting money without looking at the end game. How will I refund the money?
Then tuko hapa tunaanza kutoroka watu wa CRB. Alafu unakuja kujificha kwako. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where someone borrowed money using you? Like kutumia jina yako?
Not really. Not really.
Why? Ndio niacha attachment ya pesa. I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4 things. One too many things. But anyway, should we value friendships more than money, or should we value money more than friendships?
Good question. I think we should value friendship more than money. Yes.
Why?
Friendship is important. I think actually I've sat down and I've looked. I'm like, I take friendship very seriously, personally.
You and I do.
Very seriously. And maybe some of my friends don't take friendship seriously like I do, you know. But again, friendship should be number one. Money should come second. So you should always value friendship more than money. Yes.
How do we rebuild trust back with friends when we've had disagreements or misunderstanding about money? For example, I have borrowed money from you, I didn't return it, like your friend. Assuming she returns the money, how will you build trust back? Or another example is, umekuja umenicorrect, umeniambia venye na spend pesa ni vibaya, then tumekosana or tumekosana about something, or we have kosana about money related issues. How do we rebuild back trust?
I've never rebuilt back trust before.
You will need to learn.
Because how can I trust you yet you've not refunded back my money?
So assuming they do, like saisi tusham call out, tumemwambia arudishe pesa yako.
It's a he.
Yeah. So assuming after issue atakurudisha yako, how will you rebuild back trust? Ama wewe ni wale watu ban tusonge tukisonga.
Exactly. I'm not trusting you again.
But don't burn bridges.
Aye. Okay, now let me say in a general perspective. How will I rebuild my trust back? We say ni mimi nimeombwa pesa and the person refunds my money. It will take time. It will really take time to rebuild my trust. I don't know what you will do now. Hiyo ni ngumu.
Yeah. Okay. Do you believe in the saying that says money reveals the true character of a person?
Yeah.
Why? Hiyo umekubali haraka.
The people who are watching, they'll know who I'm talking about. Please don't record. I have this person I was dating. When we were dating, he never had money. He was sweet. He was a nice guy. Humble, chill. Acha nikwambie, alipata pesa. I don't know that person anymore. Because I may change completely. So I believe money shows the true color of someone. It really does.
Wow, sorry we went through that. Wanasemanga, we will ukiwa mwaka ukipata pesa ndio tutajua your true character. So pata pesa tujue your
true character.
If you're a nice genuine person from the word go, you'll still be a nice, genuine person.
Even when
from
you
the
have
word
money.
go. But how can we ensure that we have accountability when dealing with finances as friends? I love your facial expressions. I love your, like, the way unajibu. Like, it feels like those expressions zinanijibu more than the words.
How
How do you build accountability with friends when it comes to money?
how do you build? I think it's all about trust and being clear. I said that, being clear with their expectation. So I know if I lend you money, you're going to return if you've returned before. If I tell you I need the money this time and you refund, you see, I know you're accountable. I know I can trust you. Yes.
Okay. So finally, when do you draw a line between generosity and being taken advantage of?
When do you draw a line? Actually, I'm so generous. Very generous. If you tell me you have a problem, I will come through for you. I won't give as a loan.
Exactly.
Nitakupea tu, I'm
Nakupea tu,
helping you out. Lakini sasa utaona kuna place itafika realize this person or these people are taking advantage of me. Definitely realize if they do it again and again and again consistently, realize these people are taking advantage of you because of your kindness and your generosity. So you have to start drawing a line from there. Set boundaries. Yes.
All right. So as your last thoughts, as we wind up this conversation, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about money and friendship?
Do not mix money and friendship, because it is going to ruin your friendship and it's going to put a very big risk in your friendship.
All right.
And always value friendship more than money.
All right.
Yes.
You want to tell us where we can find you on social media? Please use that camera.
Hey. Instagram, Instagram Kahora_. Where else am I? I think I'm only on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for talking to me. Thank you for sharing, letting us into your personal life and sharing your personal experiences. It means a lot. It was that simple.
Really?
Very
Thank you.
simple, very simple. It was that simple. And you're a good guest.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's it. Ukikuwa na beshte, where you draw the lines, tumeambiwa draw the lines when it comes to money. Know when you're being taken advantage of and know when it's okay to be generous, but value friendship above money. But anyway, hiyo ni personal. Kuna watu wengine tutawaambia hapa kutoka hapa mpaka Timbuktu, but you will still end up doing the same thing. So what do we say? It's your money. Be responsible with it. It's your friendships, but value friendships more than the money. But yeah, tutakip ini 2025. Kuna mtu amesema 2025 hana pesa, hana hata yako la fuliza na alikuwa anataka kukukopa. So ukimkopa, hizo ndio excuse atakupea. But anyway, let's be good people. When people are in need and they need money, let's help them. But then pia wewe usisaidiwe pesa na ukose kurudisha pesa yako wenyewe. That's it. That's all we had for you from Y in the Morning. My name is Grace Mange. It has been an absolute pleasure to have you this morning. Do have a lovely day. Enjoy the rest of your viewing. Bye.